Sounds right.
So children, let us discuss in detail regarding the scientific instrument, that is electroscope, in detailed. So what is electroscope? Electroscope is a scientific instrument that was used by the early scientists to measure the amount of charge present on a body. Okay, so this is an instrument which gives the measurement of charge present on a given body. So let us discuss about this in detail. So coming back to the electroscope, this is also called as gold leaf electroscope. Okay. So before starting with, let us go with the construction part of this. So the first time is all about your construction, how it actually looks like. So a gold leaf electroscope, or simply electroscope, consists of a glass jar. To which two gold leaves are connected as shown in the figure. The whole apparatus is kept inside a glass jar. So, a gold leaf electroscope consists of a picture something like this. It consists of a glass jar in which a brass rod attached to a brass disc is connected as shown in the figure. So, this is your brass disc. And this is your brass rod. These are your gold leaves. Okay, so made of gold, a thin, very thin layered gold, made of gold sheets, thin, very thin layered gold sheets. Okay, also called as a gold leaf. And here is an insulator. So this is your insulator. Bottom of which a small aluminium foil is being kept. And with the help of a copper wire, this aluminium sheet is grounded. So this is how a gold leaf electroscope looks like. Okay. So whenever a charged body is brought nearer the gold leaf, whenever a charged body is brought nearer a gold leaf, then what happens means we observe that the separation between the leaves will increase. The separation between the leaves will increase. Positively charged body. Whenever a positively charged body is brought nearer this electroscope, we kept in contact with this electroscope, brass rod, then we observe that the separation between the gold leaves increases. Instead of this, suppose highly charged, positively charged is being brought nearer to that brass disc, then we still observe that the separation between the gold leaves will increase furthermore. Okay, large amount of charge is directly proportional to the separation between the gold leaves. Instead of a positively charged rod, the same thing if you would have brought a negatively charged, if you bring a negatively charged body nearer to this brass disc, we observe that the separation between the gold leaves will decreases. Okay, they come closer. Earlier, when a positively charged body is kept in contact with the brass rod, then we observe that the distance between them increases. They are separated, move far away from each other. Similarly, at the same time, when a negatively charged body is kept in contact with the brass disc, the separation between the gold leaves decreases. They come closer to each other. So, with this we can conclude that, so larger the charge, larger will be separation for positive charge. Larger the positive charge, larger will be the distance between the gold leaves. If for a negatively charged body kept in contact, closer will be the gold leaves. So, if you increase either the negative or positive charge, the separation also changes accordingly. So, with this, earlier people, they used to consider how much charge is present on a given body. So, large amount of positive charge as less amount of positive, or large of negative or positive. Accordingly, they used to measure this. Okay. Well, so this is all about your gold leaf electroscope, or simply electroscope. Okay. Well, so now let us try to understand the other concept, that is, so children, let us recall back the concepts that are related to this electric charge, few more concepts. Okay. So, we have already discussed the properties, fundamentals, whereas the measurement of this charge. Okay, and the methods of charging. Now, let us discuss some other concepts or properties related to this electric charge. First one is about first thing we have observed is that whenever a charged body is connected to the earth, if it happens to be a positively charged body, we observe that electrons start move from ground to the body. And similarly, if you consider a negatively charged body when connected to the earth, negatively charged body when connected to the earth, the excess number of electrons starts moving inside the earth. Okay. So, positively, only thing is that what we have observed is always the transfer of electrons only takes place, but if it happens to be a positively charged, electrons will move from earth to the positively charged body. If it happens to be if it is a negatively charged body, here also electrons are only in motion and they move from the charged body to the ground. And remember children, earth is a huge conductor. Okay, so it consists of large infinite number of charged particles, whether it is a negatively charged or positively charged. So, small amount of charge, if it is removed or added into the earth, does not change its electric effect or electric potential. Hence, always remember that earth is a charge conductor. So, whenever a body is earthed, so very few electrons when compared to the number of electrons present inside the earth either may move towards the body or get inside the earth. Okay, so now one more point you need to know is about that whenever a solid conductor is connected to a hollow conductor, something like this. This is your solid conductor and this is your hollow conductor. So, a solid conductor kept inside a hollow conductor. Then what happens means all the charges inside the conductors through this rod will shift. Suppose if positive charged conductor you have considered, all the charges, or better to understand, I'll make you. Yes, this is better. When a negatively charged conductor is taken, then we observe that this solid body, wherever the charges are there, all the charges will, due to repulsion, will go through this conductor, the conducting wire. This is your conducting wire and accumulates on the surface of the hollow sphere. Always remember that charge always accumulates on the surface of the conductor. So, all the charges will travel from this inside solid conductor to the surface of the hollow cylinder whenever they are connected by a conducting wire. Okay. Well, one more point, children. Okay. Always remember that whenever the temperature is raised, whenever the temperature of a conductor is raised, then the conductivity, okay, then its conductivity, okay, dielectric constant decreases for a liquid. For a liquid, whenever the temperature of a liquid is increased, whenever the temperature of the liquid is increased, the dielectric constant value always decreases. Okay, so temperature decreases the dielectric constant. So, regarding the dielectric constant and all, you'll be learning in the higher classes. So, just remember that due to the increase in temperature, dielectric constant of a liquid decreases. Okay. Now, one more point, children. Charge always accumulates on the sharper edges when compared to the broader edges. So, on a sharp points, more amount of charge is present, whereas on the broad surfaces, less amount of charge is being accumulated. The reason why we always see that on a tall buildings and all, okay, a conducting wire is kept pointed like this, a sharp one whenever thunder, to avoid the damage during the lightning or thunderstorm. So, due to this sharp edge, whenever the thunder or lightning falls on this, okay, this sharp object receives all the charges and then the complete rod is inserted inside the earth and it is earthed so that the building can be protected safely. Okay, so instead of falling this, so whenever lightning falls, okay, so during that time, instead of falling or destroying the complete building, so this sharp edge attracts the complete charges and will be sent directly into the surface of the earth. In this way, we can protect large buildings or towers. Okay. Well, next, and one more thing, children, one thing you need to remember is regarding the X-rays. So, whenever these X-rays are incident, okay, on an electroscope. So, just now we have discussed this. Whenever an X-rays or incident on this electroscope due to the ionization of air, due to the ionization of air. Then what happens? The gold leaves gets collapsed due to the ionization of air. What happens? The gold leaves gets collapsed. So, it should be protected carefully. Okay, children. So, for this case, whenever X-rays are sent, there is the gold leaves may get damaged because it ionizes the air surrounding it. The reason why it should be evacuated. So, whenever you want to send these X-rays inside it, you have to evacuate the glass jar. Okay, so that the air must be removed from that in order to measure the amount of charge present inside that rays. Okay, well, so with this we have concluded that concept of electroscope as well as the properties and other concepts related to this charges. Okay.